Hello everyone. Hope you all are safe and doing well. Welcome back to the Python programming video lecture series. I hope you must have solved our last assignment and revised the lecture number 10. That is if-else syntax. Now let us see the lecture number 11. In this lecture we are going to cover the loops, that is for loop and while loop. Let's start. So, once again, welcome back to Python programming. In our syllabus, we have started from Introduction to Programming and then started from Python and came up to if-else syntax in our last lecture. Now in this lecture, we will see what are the loops. These are also the very important programming construct and used very frequently. So let us start with our lecture number 11. First we will see while loop syntax and then we'll see for loop syntax and program based on this syntax. First let us see why do we use loop. If a programmer wants to use certain part of a source code repeatedly or iteratively, then he should make use of loops. Certain part of a source code has to be executed repeatedly or iteratively as per the given situation. So in that situation, loops are very useful programming construct. There are two loops, while loops and for loops in every programming language. Now let us see the working of while loop. The syntax of while loop is given below. While, again this is a keyword, we have to type while, then in front of while we have to mention the condition. In the same way like if-else syntax, this condition is also a comparisonal operator. This condition is also formed or typed using a comparison operator or relational operator, and the result of this condition is always a boolean value, that is either true or false. Then again put a semicolon over here and press enter. After pressing the enter, the cursor will automatically set an indent, and from that point, after setting the particular indentation for a while loop, you should start writing your first line of code block. Now let us see how this code block works. A code block with indentation will be executed iteratively till the given condition is true. Very simple, means this code block or lines of code or source code written in this while loop code block will be iteratively executed or repeatedly executed again and again up to which point? Till the point this condition is true. Means while loop will be executed as long as this condition is true. As soon as this condition will become false or will return the boolean value as false, the control of execution will skip this code block and go to the next line of code that is written after while loop. Now let us see its program. This is a program for while loop that I have already written in a script. I have taken a variable as I and initialized it with 1. That means value of I is 1. Now I have written over here a while loop. This is our keyword while. This is our condition. I have made one single line comment over here. Now After returning the condition, I pressed enter and the cursor will be automatically come here at this point by leaving an indent or space equal to one single tab on your keyboard. So after this indentation, I have written the source code block of while loop. The first line is print I and then I equal to I plus 1. Now let us try to understand the meaning. In while loop, the condition is I less than 6. Means as long as the value of I will be 1, these two lines, that is code block of while, will be executed again and again repeatedly. First, it will print I, then it will increase the value of I by 1. How? Suppose in the first iteration, value of I is 1. So 1 will be printed, then I equal to I plus 1. How this will executed? The value of I is 1. In that 1 will get added and the result, that is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, will be overwritten to the variable I. So now the value of I is 2. So again it will come back to the while loop. I less than 6. 2 less than 6, true. Then print I, that is print true. Print 2 and then again it will be incremented by 3. Now let us jump to directly the last iteration in our explanation. Now suppose after 1, 2, 3, 4, the value of I has become 5. 5 less than 6, true. Then again print 5. Then the value of I will become 6 over here. That is 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Now just pay attention precisely. Now the value of I is 6. Is 6 less than 6? No. This means the condition has become false and the control of execution will come after this last line of while loop. That means it will come from the while loop and will come to the next line after the code block of while loop. Since we don't have any line, the program will get completed over here, but in some bigger program there are few lines of code to be executed here. So this while loop will be skipped when this condition will become false and those next lines will be executed. Now let us run this program. So its output should come as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a same line. So let's see. See, this is the output. In last case, that is when the value of I was 6, 6 is less than 6 become false and hence 6 is not printed over here. There is another form of while loop, that is do while loop. In do while loop, do is written first, this is a keyword, then code block is written and at the end while with condition is written. In this do while loop, the code which is written in a do block gets compulsorily executed or at least executed once and then the condition will be checked. That you will learn in advanced Python later on. Now let us see for loop syntax. For is a keyword. Then again we will give variable name in range, start, stop and step. Now range is a function which is generally used in the for loop of Python and it has 3 parameters, start, stop and step for the value of this variable. Again, after indentation, the code block with indentation will be executed iteratively from start value. Jump to the next value by taking a step of step value and stop on one value or one step before the stop value. Means this variable will have the value equal to start. This code block will be executed repeatedly with the value incremented by or decremented by that step value. and then will stop just one value before, or if the step is not 1 or step is some number more than 1, then one step before that stop value. Now how does it work? We will see by taking an example or program. So this is a program for loop. It's a very small program. For variable name x, in, it is a keyword, again in is a keyword, and we have written over here the function range and 3 parameters of range, 3, 30 and 3, semicolon. Then after the indentation I have written print x. This is a very small program. Now how will it get executed? This is a start value, this is a stop value, and this is a step value. This means x value will be incremented by +3. That means in each iteration of for loop, x will take a step of 3 numbers, or x will be incremented by taking a step of 3 numbers. So first value of or starting value of x is 3, print x, 3 will be printed. Then take a step of 3 numbers. What will be the value? 6. So 6 will be printed. Again, after taking a step of 3 numbers, 9 will be printed, and so on. It will happen till 27. This means it is used to print this program has been written to print the table of 3. Now 3 9s are 27. We have come up to the value till 27. Now what will happen next? The value is 27. We have reached up to the last value, that is 30. And as per our rule, it will stop just one value before the stop condition, or one step before the stop condition. So after 27, by taking a step of 3 numbers, 30 value will come. As soon as the value 30 will come, this for loop will stop being executed, and the control of execution will come from that for loop and print the line, execute the line which is written after the for loop. Means for x equal to 30, this for loop will stop, and the code block of for loop, that is print x, will not be executed, and if there are some other lines after this for loops, those will get executed. So let us see the output of this for loop. It should print table of 3. See, this is a table of 3 up to 27. By taking a step of 3 numbers, the value will be 30 for x, and hence at x equal to 30, it has not get printed over here. Now there are some other forms for this for loop. Other forms with range functions are for variable name, in range, stop. Means only stop value will be provided as a parameter. Then what about start and step? Start value of this variable will be by default initialized with 0. That means this variable will start with 0. In our example, it was started with 3, but in this case, in this form, any variable will by default start with 0 and will take a step value of that variable as 1. That means it will increment with unity. Then the next form, for variable range, start and stop. In this case, start value is already provided and stop value is already there. But what about step value? Again, same as the previous case. The step value will be 1. So it will get incremented by 1. We can use for loop without range function also in this way to print the list. To print the element of list one by one by keeping the name of list instead of range, and also we can give here a string instead of range to print the characters of string one by one. So that's it for lecture. Thank you.